binti Muhammad Tahirun, and I'm from A4CS1434B.
Hi, my name is Nurul Alwani binti Abu Samah.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Farah Syareena binti Zamani from Group A4 CS1434B.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Sarifahnorwati binti Muhammad Marjunid.
Hi, my name is Nurfarhana Izati binti Muhammad Azmi.
Today we are going to presenting about our case study, which is 99 Speedmart Inventory Management System. Speedmart serving their consumers with shopping convenience and in affordable prices. The outlets open from 9 a.m. and close on 10 p.m. They provide consumers with their daily shopping needs for packaged goods and essential grocery items. 99 Speedmart has more than 1,000 outlets all over Malaysia. Based on this little information, we interest with their inventory management system. We gather all the information about their inventory management system. Based on all the information gathered, and as we know, 99 Speedmart is a big company that has many outlets, we pick 2 outlets, 99 Speedmart at Tapah, as core of our case study. Based on that 2 outlets, they still use manual inventory management in their current system. I will explain a little bit about their current management system, problem statement that occur from the system, and the solution for the problem statement. So this is what their current systems looks like. Like what I said earlier, the 99 Speedmart current system is using manual systems such as counting process or using a list to help them calculate the stock available both at the warehouse and store. Pick and pallet method is used to distribute the material delivered by a supplier using a pick list. Starting from the supplier, they will deliver the items or goods at 99 Speedmart warehouse and will be conducted by a supervisor. The supervisor will distribute the stock based on the list by using pick and pallet method, where the staff using the pick list and pick the material until the truck is full of the materials to be sent to each store 3 times a week. When the stock is being delivered at the store, the driver will give an invoice to the manager and the manager will check the cable tax number at the lorry's door with the invoice serial number. If it is the same number, the cable tax will be cut and will be put inside the recycle bag that also contain invoice from direct supplier, bills and reports, and sent back to the warehouse by the same lorry. The stock or goods then will be unloaded in 2 ways, either manually or by using roll cage. If it is manually, the stock or goods then will be unloaded after the manager checks all the goods in invoice. The manager will write the or if there any adjustment needed to be done after the checking is complete and before it will be sent to the warehouse. The manager need to write invoice number and product code that has adjustment. If the stock or goods is unloaded by using roll cage, it is the same process, but the manager can fax the DO if there is any adjustment needed within 24 hours after receiving the goods. The stock then will be put in a rack by the staff and they will update the product code and rack location on a put away list. Finally, the product will be selling to a consumer. Based on the current system, we found many problems that occurred in their current inventory management system, and among them are: first, discrepancy mistakes. 99 Speedmart occurred many mistakes during the stock taking process. There is many discrepancies in the count and reported stock levels. It is because of their staff error during stock take process, stock is labeled with incorrect identification, stock mistakenly for similar product, counting using the incorrect unit of measurement, and etc. The second one is misplaced inventory. Keeping tabs on inventory or stock in warehouse and store not only waste time, but also increase labor costs. Manual inventory systems fail to sort and label inventory in a systematic manner. This can result in misplaced, unused, and outdated inventory or stock. The last one is inaccurate projection of demand and supply. Inventory needs to be replenished in a timely manner or else the business experiences a severe backlog. Inaccurate need analysis can lead to stock peeling or inventory shortage. Manual inventory management system fails to identify gaps, predict future needs, or streamline data to produce analytical trends. A system that doesn't provide visibility and accuracy to a business function does more harm than good. From the problem statement, we find the solution for the problem occurs. First is software to detect the rack location so there is no misplaced inventory anymore. They should make an appropriate software for them to detect the rack location easily. This ready to interface their rack location system and also the product code. This might then ease the process to check and to list down the product based on the product code. The second one is perpetual inventory management system, so that there doesn't have any discrepancy mistakes. They should create the perpetual inventory management system to keep on update record of their stock movement as it happen. The goal of the stock count is to check whether the count match with the data on hand. The perpetual inventory management system use tools such as barcodes to assist this type of inventory tracking as they rapidly record inventory information. When a consumer purchases an item, the item is instantly scanned and therefore tracked. And the last one is software to interface inventory management system and counting process. 99 Speedmart ought to invest resources into appropriate software to guarantee accurate information capture. This able to interface warehouse management and accounting framework and assigns a quarantine zone to take care out of dead things and broke merchandise back. This might then facilitate the procedure to separate the things in like manner as to discard or disassemble and keep helpful parts. Okay, so we are done with the introduction part and I will pass to my friends Nurlin.
Okay, now I am going to present about ERD. So first of all, my name is Nurlin Syakira Binti Muhammad Tahirun. So this is the ERD for Inventory Management System for 99 Speedmart area Tapah. So in this ERD, there are 6 business rules and 6 tables, which are inventory, warehouse, stock, invoice, staff and store. Okay, so for the business rules, there are 6 business rules, which are first, a stock can manage many inventory and many inventory can be managed by one stock. Second, a warehouse supply many stock and many stock can be supplied by one warehouse. Third, a stock contain many invoice and many invoice can be contained by one stock. Fourth, a staff can handle many stock and many stock can be handled by a staff. Fifth, a store receives many invoices and many invoices received by a store. And lastly, a store can assign many staff and many staff can be assigned to one store. Okay, so that's all for ERD. So now I'm going to pass this presentation to Alwani.
So now I will present our database design. We just have 3NF relational schema for our normalization. So for first entity, we have warehouse and the attributes are warehouse code for primary key, warehouse address, warehouse phone name, warehouse open, and warehouse close. For stock, the attributes are stock code for primary key, stock type, warehouse code for the foreign key, staff ID for the foreign key, inventory ID for the foreign key, stock place, and stock price. Next, our entity is inventory, and the attributes are inventory ID for primary key, inventory name, inventory unit price, inventory stock, and inventory reorder. Next, our entity is staff. The attribute is staff ID for the primary key, first name, last name, hire date, phone name, salary, and stock code for the foreign key. Next, our entity is invoice, and the attribute is stock code for the primary key and the foreign key, stock code for the primary key and the foreign key, invoice name, invoice date, invoice text change, invoice amount bill. And lastly, our entity is store, and the attributes are stock code for the primary key, stock code for the foreign key, store address, store phone number, store time open, and store time close. So that's all for our database design. I will pass to Farah Syareena. Thank you.
I'm going to present about data definition language, which is create table. First, we create table store. Store code we set as small integer. Store address and phone number we set as varchar. Store open and close we set as time. And the primary key for store table is store code. After we put all the data, we select stuff from store. And then this is the output we will get. So for table inventory, we create table inventory. Inventory ID we set as char, inventory name we set as varchar, inventory price we set as decimal, inventory stock and reorder per weeks we set as small integer, and the primary key for inventory table is inventory ID. We run these queries and then we input all data, and then next select stuff from inventory, and this is the output we will get. The next one is we create table store. We store code as we set as integer, stock type as varchar, warehouse code as char, staff ID, inventory ID is also we set as char, stock expiry date as date, stock place as char, stock price as decimal, and the primary key for stock table is stock code, and the foreign key is warehouse, staff ID, and inventory ID. So we run these queries and then we input all the data. After that, we select stuff from stock, and this is the output we will get. For table warehouse, we create table warehouse. Warehouse code we set as char, warehouse address, warehouse phone number as varchar, warehouse open and close as time, and the primary key for warehouse table is warehouse code. We run this query, input the data, and then we select stuff from warehouse. And this is the output we will get. The next one is for table staff, create table staff. Staff ID we set as char, first name, last name as varchar, hire date as date, phone number as varchar, salary as decimal, store code as small integer, and position as varchar. The primary key for staff table is staff ID, and the foreign key for staff table is store code. We run these queries, input the data, and we select staff from staff. And then this is the output we will get. The next one is for table invoice. create table invoice, stock code, we set as integer, store code as small integer, invoice number as integer, invoice date as date, invoice text change as small integer, invoice amount bill as decimal, constraint, stock code and store code. The primary key is stock code and store code, and the foreign key for invoice table is stock code and store code also. So we input the data and we select stuff from invoice, and this is the output we will get. Now, I'm going to present about data manipulation language, which is retrieving data from multiple tables. So, question number 1, produce a report that have a list of staff first name, last name, and the store code they are assigned. Sequence the report on the first name within last name within store code. So, in DB2, we run at DB2. So, select first name, last name, store code from staff S, store E. In retrieving data, we name this table in alphabet. For example, for staff table, we name as S, and store table, we name as E, where store code in store table is equal to store code in staff table. Order by store code, last name, and first name. So we run these queries, and this is the output we get. For question number 2, display the invoice information where invoice date is more than 28 April 2020. Order by stock code. In DB2, we select stock code, store code, invoice number, invoice date, invoice text change, and invoice amount bill. From stock S, store R, invoice I, where stock code from stock table is equals to stock code from invoice table. Store code from store table is equals to store code from invoice table. And then invoice date from invoice table is more than 28 April 2020. And order by stock code. Run these queries, and this is the output we get. For question number 3, display the staff name, staff ID, and stock type that they handle from warehouse code S2401. So in EB2, we select staff ID, first name, last name, and stock type from staff S, stock A, and warehouse W, where staff ID from staff table is equals to staff ID from stock table, and warehouse code from warehouse table is equals to warehouse code from stock table, and warehouse code is equal to S2401. We run these queries, and this is the output we get. And the last question is, display the inventory ID, name, and unit price where the stock place is at A1. So select inventory ID, inventory name, stock price from inventory I, stock A, where inventory ID from inventory table is equals to inventory ID from stock table. Inventory name from inventory table is equals to stock type from stock table, and inventory price from inventory table is equals to stock price in stock table, and stock place is at A1. So we run this one, and this is the output we get. There is only 2 output here. That's all for me. Next, I will pass this to Nurlin.
Okay, hi, my name is Nurlin Syakira. Now I'm going to present about simple SQL queries. Okay, so for the first question, list first name, last name, salary, and the staff ID for all staff who make more than 1,600 ringgit, and then sequence the results in descending order by salary. And then we open the DB2, and then we just pick the target, which my group is Speedmart, and then we just type select staff ID, first name, last name, salary from staff where salary greater than 1,600, order by salary descending. and then we run the SQL, and then we get the answer, the results. And then next question, list the different places of stock in the store in descending order and list only one occurrence of duplicate result rows. So because of the question asks us to list only one occurrence of duplicate result rows, we are going to use distinct. So select distinct stock place from stock, order by stock place descending, and then we run the SQL. So this is the answer, the results. And then next is question 3. List all inventory ID, inventory name, and inventory price that greater than 5 ringgits and 90 cents, and sequence the results in ascending order by inventory ID. So open the DB2, and then we just type select inventory ID, inventory name, inventory price. From inventory, where inventory price greater than 5 ringgits and 90 cents, order by inventory ID ascending. And then we just run the SQL, and then that is the results. Okay, so next, last question. Question 4, list all invoice number, invoice date, and invoice amount bill that greater than 100 ringgit, and within the invoice amount bill, invoice number should be sorted in descending order. So we should sort the invoice amount bill first, because the question asks us to, within the invoice amount bill, invoice number should be sorted in descending order. So we should sort invoice amount bill first and then invoice number. So open the DB2, and then we just type select invoice num, invoice date, invoice amount bill, from invoice, where invoice amount bill greater than 100, and order by invoice amount bill ascending, invoice num descending. And then run the SQL, and then we get the answers, the results. So that's all for simple SQL queries. So now I'm going to pass this presentation to Alwani. Thank you.
Okay, now I will present our column function and grouping question. So for the question 1, from all staff, display the sum of salaries of staff that begin with the letter A and the number of staff that begin with the letter A. Name the derived column sum underscore salary. So for the SQL statement, you select sum salary as sum underscore salary, count star as num, from staff where first name like A percentage. We run and we get the answer, we get the output. Sum salary 8,700 ringgit and num is 5. Next for the question 2, show the average salary of all positions except manager. Name the derived column average underscore salary. Show only 2 decimal places in the average. So for the SQL statement, select position, decimal, average salary, 92 as average underscore salary, from staff, where position not in manager, group by position. We run, and we get the output, position, cashier and operator, and this is the average underscore salary. Next for question 3, from all stock, display the code and type of stock that has minimum price less than 1 ringgit and show the price. Derive the column mean underscore price. For the SQL statement, select stock code, stock type, mean stock price as mean underscore price. From stock, group by stock code, stock type, having mean stock price less than 1 ringgit. And the output is stock code 013, stock type salt, and mean underscore price is 70 cents. Next for question 4, Display the inventory that has maximum unit that more than 110. Name the derived column max. Show ID, name and unit price of that inventory. So, for the SQL statement, select inventory ID, inventory name, inventory unit price, max inventory stock as max. From inventory, group by inventory ID, inventory name, inventory unit price, having max inventory stock more than 110. And the output is this. Next, for last question, question 5, display the number of tax change of the invoice that more than 1%. Name the derived column count. And the SQL statement, select invoice tax change, count stock as count. From invoice, group by invoice tax change, having invoice tax change more than 1, order by invoice tax change. And the output is invoice tax change 2 and the count is 7. Invoice tax change 3 and the count is 5. And 4 and the count is 2. So that's all for column function and grouping. I pass to Farah Izati. Thank you.
Subqueries. Problem 1 asks us to list those staffs that have a salary which is less than to the average salary of all staffs, and display the staff number, staff first name and salary, and sort the result by store code. To solve problem 1, we need to select ID, first name, salary and store code from table staff, where the condition of this problem 1 is salary is greater than the average salary. So we need to put bracket and in the bracket we put select average salary from staff. So this is the output for problem 1. Next, problem 2. Problem 2 asks to display the staff numbers, staff first name, staff last name, and the salary. Whose salary is greater than or equal to the staff that have P3086 for the staff number. We continue it under command for problem 1. So for problem 2, we need to select staff ID, first name, last name and salary from staff table, where the condition is salary greater than or equal to the, we need to put bracket and select salary from staff, where the condition for the bracket is staff ID equal to P3086 and order by salary ascending. So we highlight it and we run. So this is the output for problem 2. Problem 3. Display the first name, last name and salary of the staff who earns more than the Mr. Fahmi, and sort the result by the staff first name. To solve problem 3, first of all, select first name, last name, salary from staff table, where the condition is salary is less than, and select salary from staff where first name is equal to Mr. Fahmi. So in the comma we don't put the Mr. So put the name Fahmi and order by first name. Highlight it, and this is the output form for problem 3. Last problem, problem 4. Display all the information of the staff whose salary are within the range of smallest salary and 2,400 ringgit, and sort the results by salary. To solve the problem, select staff from staff to display all the information of the staff from table staff, where the condition salary is between put bracket, select the minimum salary, and we put is mean salary from staff, and put the 2,400 ringgit, just 2400, and order by salary and highlight in, and this is the output for problem 4. So the information are displayed on the output.
There is many report that we can receive from our case study, and among them are: first, the total salary for operator in half year and the average salary for all staff in a year. Second, the sum of invoice for each store every 3 months and the average of the invoice tax change in every store every 6 months. Third, the average inventory reorder for a year in each store. Fourth, the sum of stocks at each warehouse supplied to the store for 1 year and the average restocked from a warehouse to the store for every 4 months. And the last one is the amount of cost that each store has to spend to restock the item in every 6 months. We will end our presentations with the conclusions of our case study. Inventory management system has to do with keeping accurate records of the products or stock at the store and also stocks at the warehouse. This often means having enough stock of product to the inventory totals, as well as subtracting the most recent purchases by buyers or consumers. Accurately maintaining figures on the finished product inventory makes it possible to quickly convey information to sales personnel as to what is available and ready for sales at any given time by buyer or consumer. Inventory management system is important for keeping costs down while meeting regulation. Supply and demand is a delicate balance, and inventory management hopes to ensure that the balance is undisturbed. Highly trained inventory management and high-quality software will help make inventory management a success. The ROI of inventory management will be seen in the forms of increased revenue and profit, positive employee atmosphere, and on overall increase of customer satisfaction. And that's all from us. Thank you.